Hi and welcome to this segment where I would like to look at the procedure of how to factorize a quadratic expression in order to solve a quadratic equation. So we would like to solve a quadratic equation x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. So required of us is to first factorize this expression and then we later on solve for the quadratic equation equal to 0. So step 1 is to always find the factors of the square term. So the square term is x squared and the factors of the square term are x and x. So what we do is that we put them in brackets here, x and x. Next is we look at the constant here and write down also its factors. We say that here the factors were x and x. Then here the factors are going to be 1 and negative 8. Because it is negative 8, by the way, take note of the sign, not just 8, but negative 8, okay? So 1 times negative 8, or okay, let me write them in pairs. I think it will be easier. We have 1 and negative 8, then we have negative 1 and positive 8, we have positive 2, negative 4, negative 2 and positive 4. Yes, guess that's all there is. Now the next thing is for us to look for a combination which gives us a middle term, of positive 2. So we are going to look for a combination which gives us a middle term of positive 2. Now it is important to know that the middle term here is the term which contains 2x. And the term which contains 2x is going to be the product of the outer term here, the x, and the term here, okay? Because if we make this a constant, maybe a multiplied, of course when we multiply this times this we get the square term, and then when we multiply this by that we get the term in x. The other term in x is going to come from the product of this one here, b, and the x here, because we know that now when we multiply b and this we get the term in x, but then we know that when we multiply this and this we get a constant, okay? So the idea here is to look at the term which goes here, because we have said it determines the middle term, and the term which goes there, the combination of those two. So let us see. If we put a positive 1 here, the first pair, and a negative 8 here, let's see what this term gives. So it will give, this is 1 times x, that is x, or 1x, okay, x, and then this and that will give us minus 8x, which is negative 7x. Clearly that is not going to give us the middle term. So but you can see, we can just see this is x plus 8x, that is 7x, and then this is going to give us negative 1 plus 8 is going to give us positive 7, and then 2 and plus negative 4 will give us negative 2, but we have negative 2 plus 4 will give us positive 2, and then we are sure that if we put here negative 2 and we put here positive 4, it should give us the desired middle term. So let's try to expand that and we see. So x times x is x squared, then x and 4x is plus 4x, then negative 2x and x is minus 2x, and then negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 equals to 0. I suppose this is our original equation which we have at first, plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, Now, of course, with practice you will get to, of course, this process here involves some trial and error, but with practice you can train your eye to look at these terms very quickly, especially these terms here, what goes here and what goes here. So now we know that our expression here, or this one here, can be factorized in this form, and therefore on step number 3 we are ready to solve our equation, because we say that if the product of these two expressions, x minus 2 and x plus 4, is 0, that implies that either x minus 2 is equals to 0, for which we get the value of x as 2, or x plus 4 equals to 0, for which we get the value of x equal to negative 4. And therefore we have our solution set for x, which is negative 4 and 2. Okay, so let us look at another example here. We would like to solve quadratic equation 3x squared minus 11x minus 4 equal to 0 by factorization. Now, again, we said we look at the square term here, and then we find its factors. This is positive 3. Oh, yes, we find its factors here. So the factors here are x and 3x. So we have a situation where I have x and 3x. Okay, so perhaps someone could say we have 3x and x. I'm not so sure whether it makes a difference. Maybe it does, maybe it does not, but we shall just try and error. Then next we look at 4 here, and we have 1 and negative 4, or negative 1 and positive 4, or negative 2 and positive 2. It does not matter now whether we change 2 and negative 2. I don't think it really matters that much. So we just try to see the combinations here. Okay, so let's see. We have minus 2, minus 2. So this is, please note, this is going to be minus 2x, and that is going to be 6x, minus 6x. So we have minus 2x minus 6x. No, it does not give us the desired middle term. Okay. Oh, did I say minus minus? No, one is minus, the other is plus. So let's try this. Sorry about that. So we have this, so that when we get this term and that term, we have, oh sorry, this term and that term, we have 6x, and then this term and that term minus 2x. Either way, it still does not give us. What about if this is the negative and this is the positive? Does it make a difference? Let's see. This and this will give us minus 6x, and then this term and this term will give us plus 2x. Not good. Let's try 1 and the 4. So let's see. This term and this term will give us the term in x, which is 4x, and then this term and this term will give us the other term in x, which is minus 3x. Not good. What about if we changed it, and this is the 4 and this is the negative 1? So let's see. This term and this term will give us the 12x, and then this term and this term will give us minus x. So we have positive 11x. So we are close to the answer. Means that perhaps it's just a change in sign, for which now we are going to go with the one which is negative 4 and positive 1. so that now we can check for the middle term. The middle term, by the way, is dictated by, if you have realized, the outer terms. So this outer term and this outer term gives us x, and then this inner term and this other inner term gives us minus 12x, for which x minus that is minus 11x. Yep, we have the desired middle term, and if you have the desired middle term, then that is the expression which has been factorized, meaning that this expression here can be factorized in this form, so that now we can say that x minus 4 equals to 0, the value of x is 4, or 3x plus 1 equals to 0, therefore the value of x is minus 1/3, and the solution set of x is going to be negative 1/3 and 4. So like you have seen here, the procedure you have to practice and make your eye so that your eye is used to picking out these factors quite quickly. Okay, so please go through the rest of the questions and the examples. In case you have any question or anything you don't understand, please be free to put it in the comment section, and we shall help you. Thank you, and see you in the next video.